Okay, we're doing Pick'em Challenge for Rio 2022 Major, IEM Rio 2022. I just want to show you something before we start, right? We have Katowice Diamond Coin. We have Stockholm Diamond Coin. Here we don't have Diamond Coin because I went with Navi, and if you remember, that was actually when the war in Ukraine started. And so obviously it wasn't the same Navi basically playing. Berlin will also had gold coin, so I'm just saying, you can trust me on this one. Okay, so I would like to actually take a look at this, which is however the brackets will be, and this is the first day matchups, and I believe in the first day, as previously, we played 2 matches, as far as I remember. But also what we need to understand and remember is that this time around, there is actually crowd all the time. And as far as I heard, I think it's pretty big crowd, up to like 8, 10, even maybe 1,000 people. I'm not sure really. I think I've heard it on someone's stream. But yeah, so this is how I think the bracket will go, right? So let's just quickly think about the matches here in the bracket, and then we'll actually set up our pick'ems in CSGO. So OG will most definitely win against Greyhound unless something really bizarre happens, right? I think Vitality is gonna probably win against Imperial. EG should win against IHC. If they don't, well, fuck them, wherever. This is a toss-up. Cloud9, Fnatic both look pretty good. I think Fnatic maybe has like more probably expertise sort of on the big crowd at like big stages because they have veterans, but Cloud9 should win this game, and if they don't, it doesn't really matter, I think, because once again they're pretty good team. Any of them can win. Actually, Fnatic looked very good in the past couple weeks, couple months perhaps. Big, absolutely disappointing, and they're playing with a stand-in as far as I remember, so I think Furia will win. Bad News Eagles, I didn't see much of them really, like what they did. I mean, they kind of on 24th ranked, so not particularly high. They lost to Tai Lu. I mean, like, what are you even doing? I don't know. They did play like 2-1 versus Forza, which is pretty good. They lost to Spirit though, won Astralis, lost to Ninjas. It's kind of, I don't know. I think Zero Nation should win this. Coldzera's team, and they have like veteran experience, right? Coldzera and Taco, and they have sort of new guns, right? And these new guns are pretty good actually. So I feel like Zero Nation should win this. Against Mouse, Outsiders, I fucking hate seeing outside. I don't actually watch how Outsiders games because it's always garbage. It's even worse than Flipside Tactics, if you know what I mean. However, I think because of this absolutely fucking slow and just annoying as hell style, they could win against Mouse. I'm not sure. I think Outsiders will probably win, but it's also a toss-up, exactly like it's Cloud9. Plus, I feel like Outsiders should have like a little more experience on the stage and stuff like that. So yeah, Gamers Legion, 9Z, no idea, can be anyone's game really. I'll pick probably Gamers Legion because of the recent form that they've had. So if that's the bracket, right? If that's the bracket that we kind of think that maybe will be after first round, then the second round, OG plays versus Furia, Vitality plays versus Zero Nation, EG plays versus Outsider, whatever, you can see the bracket. So I feel like this is, once again, here we're going into toss-up territories. Anybody could win, really. OG on a good day should beat Furia at the current form of Furia, because it's not particularly amazing. So I would pick OG, actually. I think Vitality is much stronger team. It's just much, like, if they can, I don't know, there was like a fluke on Blast that they lost to Astralis in some absolutely bizarre fashion. It was, I don't know, they didn't look like themselves. Nobody fragged besides Zeu. That was, maybe they didn't care. Maybe they were like older thoughts were already at the major and they were preparing for that instead of Blast. They didn't give a fuck about Blast. They didn't care about Astralis because Astralis is not here. Astralis G2 not here, not at the major. So fuck them. So I think like Vitality will beat Zero Nation, probably no problem. EG versus Outsiders. I think Outsiders will win. I don't like EG. This is another one of those teams that I don't even want to watch. Like NACS is garbage. Even Team Liquid is not particularly great at all. So then Cloud9, Gamers Legion. I think Cloud9 once again way better team, and I'm gonna pick them. Although later I will show you something that what's on my mind. Big should win against Greyhound. If they don't, they just deserve to be 0-3. But at this point, I think spoilers, right? I think Greyhound. Oh my god, will be 0-3 team. So I think Bing will win. I think Imperial. I mean, I feel like Imperial is slightly worse team in terms of like skills right now, because Fallen wasn't like Fallen of past whatever 2016 something like that. And the rest of the team is okay, but like yes, Brazilian crowd, I understand this, all this kind of hype, whatever, and that's maybe like why it will actually help sort of Fury against OG, to be honest. So that's like a really toss-up of a match. But let's just like continue. Let's just say like Imperial will beat BNE, right? Mouse should beat IHC. Like it's quite like quite evident that two of the worst teams at this point is IHC and Greyhound, and then Fnatic and 9Z. I think Fnatic should win this. Once again, the form was pretty good. They were all fragging. The experience is there. I think Fnatic will win this. Then OG, Vitality. If this is the bracket, right? If this is our third round, I feel like Vitality should do and Cloud9 should do. I feel like Vitality, Cloud9, they're poised to be 3-0 teams. Maybe OG 3-0 team. Outsiders could be like a sneaky one, sort of. Just a team that could upset everybody and just go like that. However, if the sort of if here like OG loses and actually Furia is here, I still would pick Vitality. I would still pick Cloud9. It's just like the bracket like slightly changes afterwards. But let's just stick with whatever. You know what? Let's just stick with Furia. Okay, Furia beats OG because they can, I don't know, play Nuke maybe, and maybe. Nah, okay, no, whatever. It doesn't really matter because I feel like both Fury and OG will go through the stage. So, once again, if that's our ranking, if this is our bracket, right, at the round 3, I just actually I don't like care about Evil Geniuses so much that I think like Big will win against them. I think Fnatic will beat Mouse. I think Zero Nation will beat Gamers Legion. I think IHC will beat Greyhound if push comes to shove, because they actually play together, and they actually IHC beat Greyhound. BNE, 9Z, I don't know. Maybe 9Z will win, maybe BNE, not sure. I haven't really paid attention to these teams, to be honest. So it's like whatever. Let's say 9Z will win, or it doesn't really matter. I think OG will go through. I think Outsiders will go through here. I think probably Fnatic will go. It sounds to me like a stronger team right now. Gamers Legion probably will go out of this one. Probably, actually, to be honest, I think maybe even 9Z. And here, I think Imperial will be out of the tournament. I don't think Imperial will advance past this stage, to be honest. I think Zero Nation will advance, and that's why out of the, like, if we're talking about all of the teams here, right, I feel it, and it's not based just on my feelings, actually Zero Nation beat Imperial a couple times in just very recent history. So if push comes to shove and they kind of have to play against each other, Zero Nation will win. And the same kind of with 9Z and stuff like that, because where is the Zero Nation? Yeah, it's here. Yes, they're not in a particularly great sort of place here, right? But Dumao and Lotto is actually Dumao. It's if you've seen the Grand Tour, Dumao when they went to Cambodia, I think. You know why it kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. They won against Imperial, they won against Complexity, they lost to 9Z, but in a close fashion, and that was just one map. So there's that, right? It's not a particularly strong team, right? But once again, like you could see, like even Beck some months back. They did win against Imperial. They lost to FaZe. They at least took a map out of Liquid. So I don't think it's a particularly strong team. And yes, maybe when it comes to like right here, if it's 9Z versus Zero Nation, but I feel like the crowd advantage will go sort of more to, although yeah, it will be probably on the side of Cold Zero and Zero Nation, right? I think Furia will advance, and I think Gamers Legion will advance. So this is basically teams that I think will advance. I don't think Mouse will, although people think that Mouse will advance. I don't really see, because they're not particularly impressive team. I mean, and Torji, like their Opera, can be absolutely hit or miss. Absolutely hit or miss. They lost to Outsiders. They obviously lost to something like Vitality. That means that they did win against OG, so that's good. They kind of beat like certain pretty decent teams, but then again, like they can lose to fucking Astralis or some shit like that, to Eternal Fire, whatever. No disrespect. But yeah, like when Torji is on, like they're good. Exertion, Torji, like okay, we're cooking, right? But the problem is that it's gonna be big stage. Dexter's not particularly experienced IGL either. It's been on a big stage, and so I feel like Torji just can turn off, unfortunately, and Mouse will just go out of the tournament. So with all of this kind of crafting and whatever in mind, right? Let's put our picks and let's make them in order. Whatever, like I think the strongest contenders, Cloud9. I feel like it's almost like a given that they will advance through the stage, no problem. I think Vitality, and once again, I think you all know by this point, but you need only 5 correct, right? So although most likely it's going to be Cloud9 or Vitality or OG who will actually go 3-0, we do not want to pick those 3-0 here, because of if they fluke it, if you know, or rather other team fluke it against them, it's going to be ruined pick. So you don't want to put like actual team that you want to advance and you think has really strong chances to advance at this stage. I mean, not at the stage, at this spot. So once again, Cloud9, I think Vitality. I think these teams, this is set, this is locked for Legend stage. Next one, I think based on recent form, pretty good chances have actually OG, right? Then, even though I said I fucking hate, I'm not even gonna watch these games. I feel like Outsiders at this stage, because of their very shitty and slow style, will probably beat teams, right? And also they have decent map pool, right? They can play several maps. If they will be saving, because I remember one game and I forgot who they played, but they were saving on Inferno, saving, and then the game ended. And so, yeah, that can happen, right? But I feel like they are strong. That, like, if you think about it, they will beat Evil Geniuses, Beak, Bad News Eagles, probably Mouse as well, IHC, Greyhound. By the way, like, let's just get this out of the way. Greyhound is not getting through. Because once again, even at the, like, they and IHC are the worst teams at this stage, and IHC beat them. So I cannot put anyone else in good consciousness here. So yeah, it's gonna be Greyhound, right? And then then I'm thinking Furia will pass. Well, no, actually, let's put it that way. I think Fnatic, right? Because they were on form, like I've said. They've changed a little bit of their structure. They're coming, as far as I understand, this is the seeding from first to the last. So this is coming as a first seeding here. They've been doing pretty well. As you can see, like they're playing 17-19 to FaZe, losing in a close fashion. They're smashing everybody else. They're really losing to like really good teams. Vitality, Natus, Liquid is stronger team than them, and they didn't have like much time, I guess, after Mezi became IGL, stuff like that. Here, whatever. I wouldn't put like too much attention to this kind of shit, but when push comes to shove, ASL Pro League, IEM Road to Rio, they're doing well. They're doing pretty well. So I feel like it's pretty safe to say that Fnatic is going to make it past the stage. And then we have 2 more spots here. I feel like this 5 team will already give us correct pick'em, but it would be obviously nice if we could reserve a couple more of pick couple more correct teams. So once again, I think Furia, despite the fact that they've been slightly underwhelming, they're still a decent team. I don't see them losing to BNE, BG, right? Evil Geniuses, whatever. They can beat and will beat Imperial if they play together. So young guns like Imperial, they wanted to be at the major. They will be at the major. I feel like they're people like overestimate their motivation. The motivation is to be at the major. They are at the major right now. I don't think they have what it takes to actually advance past this stage. And so, with that being said, because it's kind of older team, with that being said, I think I'm going to put Zero Nation here. Because once again, the new guns are pretty decent on this team. The old guards are also pretty decent. When they frag together, they can absolutely smash. Not smash, but they can win against teams. And if we're thinking like who we can put, I mean, Mao's obvious choice would be here. But like I said, Torji can be turned off, and that's basically insta loss for Mouse. And I haven't seen that Torji is like really consistent player. He is like either really good or he's like meh. And when it's meh, they lose. They lose to someone like shitty Astralis or whatever. So yeah, I don't think Big will make it. Once again, they're playing. Even if they wouldn't play with stand-in, I think they wouldn't make it. But right now, no, not like that. Evil Genius is just forever fuck that shit. Bad News Eagles, they can. They did make an upset last time. Very cool performance, but I don't think it's happening again. 9Z can be here, but once again, I just decided to have a little faith in Coldzera, and it would be kind of cool story for Coldzera that his old mates, right, like Fallen, wherever, Godfather, Brazilian CSGO, will not advance, and Coldzera will. I feel like that could be like a slight like rivalry top kind of a situation. But then, so who are we gonna pick at 3-0? Just as a fluke team, right? I'm saying like I don't think it's gonna happen, but I feel like Gamers Legion can actually do this because they need to win against 9Z, which is doable, right? Then they're playing Cloud9. Cloud9 can also play kind of slightly too slow for their own good, and so maybe they can fluke it here, and then they're just one best of 3 from being 3-0. It's unlikely, to be honest, but who else am I gonna pick here, to be honest? Like Mouse, I don't think Mouse is winning the first game, but they can, right? But then it's like you're playing against Cloud9, right? Most likely, probably. Will you win against Cloud9 as Mouse? I don't know. I don't think so. I think somebody like Gamers Legion can have a little bit more chance there. But honestly, this spot is just like, it's like whatever spot. Literally whatever. Anybody can be here. Mouse, nah, probably not. Gamers Legion, they were kind of in a good shape just recently. Where were Gamers Legion? Yeah. They're kind of playing 28, 25, 28 with FaZe. 20 to 22 with Spirit. Then they're just cruising. Okay, well, here, not really cruising. But that was yeah, open qualifiers. It's kind of a tough. Yeah, I don't know. Shit, what should we do here? Mouse, nah. 9Z, can 9Z be there? Really? I mean, they can win the first game. They can win the second game as well. And then, you know what? Do you know what? Maybe should we? I mean, it's just such a weird team in a sense that... Okay, they're losing to Evil Geniuses. That's not a good sign. You're losing to shitty Evil Geniuses. Like if push comes to shove, they're not gonna make it. Yeah, okay. So Gamers Legion's probably maybe Bad News Eagles. Should we put Bad News Eagles there? I mean, they can beat Astralis 16-3. That's pretty decent. But then you losing to Tai Lu. Fuck's sake. And to NAP 7-16. Yeah. I think I'm not even sure what to do here, to be honest. Let's just do some freakish shit. Let's just do absolutely freakish stuff here. Let's just say that Mouse will actually advance as a 3-0 team. I don't know what should be happening for this to happen, actually. I don't think it's gonna happen. But if we're comparing like Mouse, Gamers Legion, 9Z, 9Z, whatever, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can like do some stupid shit and actually put like Fallen's team here. Imperial, right? They're playing against Vitality. Let's just imagine some fluke shit. They win against Vitality. Then they have to win against like OG, and then maybe the Gamers Legion, 9Z, 9Z, whatever. Or like Evil Geniuses or Fury. I mean, nah, I don't think so. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. This is our pickings. I feel like I'm pretty confident that in Cloud9, Vitality, OG, Outsiders, Fnatic, Fury, and then I'm less confident, and Greyhound, and then I'm less confident in Zero Nations and Mouse. But we're gonna see. Okay, this is our pickings. Tell me what's yours, and don't look at this rank too much, because yeah, I'm playing drunk way too much. Okay, I hope it's gonna be amazing major. It's bound to be. It's really shaping up to be a really great major. So yeah, tell me your thoughts. Tell me your teams, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.